This news update is brought to you by...
It's gonna be a big blue summer.
The Big Blue Summer celebration with Flow is here. Make yours unforgettable. Sign up for big bundle savings. Build your essential bundle and save big money. Blow out the candles on Barbados' 50th and Flow's first Big Blue birthday celebration. To win big prizes including $10,000 in cash. Big-time sports coverage at home or on the go with Flow TV, like the Olympic Games in Rio and the new home of Premier League football. Watch it all with big data and big style on the fastest 4G network. The world's biggest sporting events this summer are all on Flow. The Big Blue Summer Celebration is here, and Flow is your official partner. This is how we flow.
It's gonna be a big blue summer. Get ready to go. This is how we flow. We wear the blue for the summer. Get ready to go. This is how we flow.
It's Thursday, July the 21st, 2016, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news at this hour, Minister of Finance Chris Sinclair has put Barbadians on notice to brace themselves for the possibility of increased taxes. As Sinclair prepares to make his much-anticipated budget presentation in a matter of weeks, he said that what he had originally announced back in 2013 as a 19-month adjustment program involving more than 3,000 public sector layoffs, along with some much-dreaded tax hikes, was not over by a long shot. He told Barbados Today that his primary concern was to ensure that the country does not slip back into an unmanageable deficit position.
We're working with it ever cautiously, not trying to do too much that will cause us to slip back into a deficit that is too high, unbearably or unsustainably high, but still continuing to maintain that effort to bring what we currently have down below that 5%, which is a marker. Bring that down below there, down into 4, 3, 2, and so forth and so on.
The state-run transport board is being overhauled, but according to Minister Sinclair, the proposal which the board has submitted to the government for assistance in revamping the statutory entity does not include any further retrenchment of workers.
This plan will involve getting new buses, refleeting, bringing them up to a certain level of units on the road on a daily basis, looking at maintenance costs, reducing those maintenance costs, looking at better utilization of fuel, and so forth and so on. These are the things that they have submitted. Of course, I've gotten sight of that. The ministry itself, this is the line ministry, Ministry of Transport and Water's responsibility, and I'm preparing that to come before the cabinet for discussion.
In other news now, unless grand condument bans evolve with the changing needs of corporate Barbados, they may well find themselves going the way of the dinosaurs due to a lack of sponsorship. This is the firm belief of the Power by 4 organizer, Shetman Stewart, who told Barbados Today that as a result of the turmoil associated with obtaining sponsorship, his usually massive band would soon be reduced to just family and friends for the 2016 Kadooment Day Parade. Stewart said there was a time when the band could raise $100,000, but now they can't even raise $15,000. The United States Embassy in Bridgetown is strongly refuting suggestions that it was indiscriminately dumping large numbers of Caribbean-born criminals on the region without as much as giving Caribbean leaders a heads up. The embassy said in a statement yesterday that each country has an international obligation to accept the return of its nationals who are not eligible to remain in the United States or any other country. Washington recently came under fire from St. Lucian Prime Minister Alan Chastanet, who described the U.S. deportation policy as horrific, charging that while the Americans were dumping thousands of criminals on the doorsteps of small island states, the U.S. government had also cut security funding to the Caribbean. In sports now, the first match of the Indian Tour of the West Indies bowls off today at the Vivian Richards Cricket Ground in Antigua. West Indies currently sit at number 8 in the Test rankings, just above Bangladesh, and they are looking to prove themselves against the top-ranked India. Speaking at a press conference yesterday, Captain Jason Holder admitted it will be a tough series.
This is my first test series involved in that has four test matches, and I'm sure most of the other guys can say the same. In the recent past, we played 2-3 test matches in a series. It's just going to be, I think the name of the game is recovery. In between test matches, there's not much time either. I just think it's important that we manage our bodies as well as possible, trying to be fresh as possible for each test match. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be taxing on every player in the squad. But again, I think once we manage ourselves well in terms of off-the-field stuff and in between test matches, I think we'll get through it quite well.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Do you want to make sure that your favorite BT Soca Royale champion hopeful is in with a great chance of winning $10,000? Well, it's simple as going to www.facebook.com/Barbados today to cast your vote. These are the finalists: Mr. VJ and King Julian, Summer Again, Joaquin, This Place, Sammy G, Mash Up the Place, Damien Marvey, Know the Face, Azizi, My Reason, Donnell, Wet Me, Griner, Turn on the Speaker, Hyper Songs, Bam Bam Back, Faith Calendar, Hunted, and Mr. Dale, Nothing Sweeter.
Special thanks to these sponsors: Flow, CGI, Capital Media HD, the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union Limited, the 50th anniversary of Independence Celebration Secretariat, and the NCF.
ICBL T20 Cricket Party, more than a match, to Gary's 80th birthday, celebrating the greatest all-rounder and our national hero. You can't beat that. July 28th, 6:30 p.m. Tickets from Kensington Oval, CS Pharmacy, and TicketPal.com. Hosted by the 50th Anniversary Secretariat.
Welcome back with news from the region now. Chairperson of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service Commission, Dr. Maria Therese Gomes, is facing a possible 5-year imprisonment for dangerous driving. She has appeared in court on 2 serious traffic offenses that could attract thousands of dollars in fines. We pick up the story in this TV6 News report.
The Police Service Commission hires and fires people for one of the hottest jobs in the country, Police Commissioner. On Tuesday, the chair of the Police Service Commission went to court to deal with 2 traffic offences. She appeared in the Port of Spain Magistrates Court charged with failing to observe a no U-turn sign and driving dangerously on May 6th at Independence Square, Port of Spain. The Police Service Commission is expected to meet soon for a statutory meeting, at which the issue may come up for a discussion. According to the Motor Vehicles and Road Traffic Act, a person guilty of dangerous driving is liable on summary conviction to a fine of $10,000 and imprisonment for 5 years. The charge for failing to observe a no U-turn sign carries with it a penalty of $2,000 on first conviction. Any subsequent conviction is punished with a $4,000 charge and 1 year imprisonment.
On the global front, Turkey's president has declared a state of emergency for 3 months following Friday night's failed army coup. Speaking at the presidential palace in Ankara, the President Erdogan vowed that what he called all the viruses within the armed forces will be cleansed. The declaration could be used to extend the detention of nearly 10,000 people rounded up since the failed coup.
We decided to recommend to the government that a state of emergency be declared as per Article 120 of our Constitution in order for us to be able to speedily and swiftly deal with all of the elements of the terrorist organization. And the Council of Ministers also abided by that recommendation and decided to declare a state of emergency for a duration of 3 months. As it is known, Article 120 of our Constitution allows for a state of emergency to be declared in the event of acts of violence that aim to abolish democracy and cripple fundamental rights and freedoms.
That's news and sports, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, our screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.